It's like everything on this side of the camera looks like super put together, but right on the other side of the camera, it's just chaos.
Yeah, and chaos.
It's just like a visual representation of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Out for the...
Hey everybody, welcome back to another fun-filled episode of Mostly Harmless. Mostly Harmless with Matt and Sarah. I am a Matt.
It's a me.
It's a you. A Sarah too. Welcome back. You're in for it today, folks.
Oh boy. Yeah, because we had an extra, couple days to marinate on this one.
I had to.
We almost made it a whole month with posting regularly.
Fuck yeah, dog.
So we're gonna give ourselves a B-.
I'm gonna pat myself on the back.
We're millennials, congratulating ourselves on doing the bare minimum.
You know what? Sometimes all you can do is the bare minimum, and hey, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Not at work. Do better at work.
Yeah, we were in back to school prep mode, and then I grossly underestimated how...
You underestimated 144 times?
Yeah. That's what it felt like. The kids' school had 2 days of professional development.
In other words, 2 days of, okay, guys.
So summer camp ended on Wednesday of last week. So Thursday, Friday, it was summer camp of day mom. Anson's 2, Penny's 6. I thought we were gonna have a chill couple of days. Nah. Def not a chill couple of days.
I don't get a chill couple of hours after work when I bring that little speed demon home. Antonio.
Moral of the story, teachers, especially nursery school age teachers, daycare employees, have my endless respect.
I saw
that is no easy job.
I saw a reel where some guy was reading this woman for rote about her.
For what?
I've read you for rote.
Is that for filth?
Oh, maybe that's what I meant.
Read you for filth?
Yeah, let's just cut that up. I saw a TikTok thingy. Anyways, I saw a video where some dude was just tearing this woman apart for good fucking reason, because she went to the open house for her kids' school, and she was there were no rugs, and there was no cool signs and stuff like that. And she went on TikTok and just shit all over the fucking teacher and the school for not providing this, that, and the other thing. And it's bitch, you're not understanding that person has to pay for all that shit themselves. And when I say carpet, I don't mean there was no carpeting. It was stone floor. I mean, there was no rug with numbers and letters on it.
Yeah, the classroom needed some zhuzhing.
Yeah, and it's know what you should have done, and what this guy was like, what you should have done is you should have quietly talked to the teacher afterwards to ask if they needed anything.
Yeah.
Not just shit all over someone who's making a real shit wage compared to what they actually do. And they have to pay for all their crap themselves.
I know. I saw a TikTok of this teacher that was setting up her classroom, and she came out of pocket $2,000 to set up her classroom
for other people's kids.
Yeah,
don't forget this is
and the classroom was super cute and decked out.
Yeah,
I certainly never had a classroom that looked like that when I was in school, but yeah, some teachers super go the extra mile, and some teachers are well, this is what I'm being provided, so this is what we're gonna do. Yeah, the mom, was it a mom that was complaining? She absolutely should have been hey, here's $100 Amazon gift card. If it mattered that much that she was going on and on.
Don't you? You're shitting
about it.
on a problem that you
or
can assist in
start
solving.
a wish list or something for the teachers so that the whole classroom can deck out their own classroom.
Or maybe
type
just
of
dial
situation.
it the fuck down. The whole world doesn't need to always be involved in things that you're upset about. Like, oh, I need to go to social media so I can tell people that I didn't like something. How about you just shut your fucking mouth every once in a while?
Yeah.
How about that?
But then the internet will often answer back and roast that
They did.
person,
Well, she had taken her. I don't know about comments, but she had the video had since been taken down when that guy had done his video about it, like prior to that. So it's like good. Either you found your moral acuity and said, "Wow, maybe this was a dumb thing," or the internet was like, "Hey, you're being really shitty to humanity." But anyways,
talk about being shitty to humanity. We're talking polygamy today.
Today we speak on the facts of 3 wives, 1 husband, which is really not an accurate name for the show. But anyway, we'll start with Stephanie S. sent us a message long ago,
in a galaxy
way back on June 5th of 2025.
Okay.
Stephanie S.
That was with my old neck.
Oh
I
my
still had my
gosh.
old neck then.
You were still you. Stephanie S. says, hello, Matt and Sarah. I love your podcast. I listen to it during my bedtime routine. Anyway, I was thinking you would be interested in the 3 Wives, 1 Husband documentary. It was on Netflix a year ago. It is about another AUB community in Utah that lives in a carved out mountainside. It would be Sister Wives adjacent and possibly interesting for the show. Regards, Stephanie S. Well, Stephanie S., I meet your regards with content and merriment.
We could not get enough of these 4 episodes.
I despise Cody and his whole fucking... I don't like anyone on that show. Maybe the kids. I don't have an issue with them. But all the adults on that show... This show I hate these people.
Yeah.
This show I would watch, like, religiously. Hold on. I just found out that the wacky people in this religion... get all the men in this religion have all these wives, and I know I'm obviously not watching Sister Wives and stuff enough. All these people do is you're supposed to have a bunch of wives and a bunch of kids so you can become God.
Right. So, okay, here's the first thing I wanted to touch on because...
Self-fucking serving mush?
Well... what is never talked about on Sister Wives. So if you have come to this podcast, most likely you watch Reality Squad, which I cover.
Self-fucking serving much?
I mostly cover Sister Wives. So we're familiar with Mormon fundamental polygamy. We've talked about, I think our most popular episodes that we've done on the podcast have been about polyfamily. So
yeah, polyfamily is fun.
Needless to say, the group we are cultivating, the culture we are cultivating over here is...
I think we could call it the culture.
Culture. We are interested in maybe atypical relationship dynamics. It's fascinating. And this is why... there's so much reality TV out there regarding supersized families, more than one spouse in a situation. So anyways.
I don't yuck anyone's relationship yums. Do whatever you want as long as you're not hurting anybody. Though in this particular documentary, it seems like some of the women are really close. But...
yeah.
I do find it, of course, men love this religion. You literally are starting this large family so that you are worshipped as a god, which is fucking arrogant.
Okay, so I'm just going to go based off the premise that if you're listening to this podcast, if you're watching this podcast, you probably at least know about Sister Wives.
Sure.
On Sister Wives, we never talk about really the
fundamentalism.
Yeah.
Like of the religion.
The basis of their belief system. We never dive into that. We know that they are religious. We know that they basically practice their religion independently. But we never get into the nuts and bolts about like, why are you doing this? Like, what do you believe? And stuff like that. So what was fascinating to me about this documentary is that, especially with the Morrisons, I made you a cheat sheet.
Yeah,
right over
I
there.
got it.
Okay.
I got it.
They say we are doing this
This guy's a fucking creep.
to be like God.
This guy's a fucking creep.
So the only 3 wives, 1 husband setup in this series that are featured are the Morrisons.
Well, and then wait, I'm just speaking like on the whole of this, like this premise that I disagree with it, and that's fine. I can disagree with religious beliefs, and I'm not hating
polygamy or
this God stature bullshit.
Like God, yeah.
And the problem I have is, first of all, it is a fucking man-centric religion, and yet these women, like some of these women are drinking that Kool-Aid like, oh my God, like, yeah, like I super love having fucking no rights and I don't get to do anything and I'm basically a human incubator for babies. This is my favorite thing in the world. But one of these people, like 1 or 2 women's husband dies, and dude straight up wills his fucking wives to another one of the dudes on the show. So like you're not even free.
Not just another guy, his brother.
Right, his brother. So you're not even fucking free when your godlike husband dies. He's like, I want you to take care of my wives because they're just like they will be your sister wives.
And I'm really
now.
interested in maybe people that are more familiar with fundamentalism and I don't know, maybe even like LDS, mainstream Mormonism. They're going to come at me and say, we don't practice polygamy.
Right, let me clarify
but
that
like,
I'm talking about these people in this documentary.
But why is it that you would why would you marry someone's widow when this whole... because the thing is the way sealings work in Mormon fundamental polygamy is the same concept as in mainstream LDS sealings. It's an eternal, like for time and all eternity.
Right. So who does she get to spend the afterlife
Right. So
with?
what is the point of getting resealed if your husband dies? It's like now you're just my thought process is when you say time and all eternity, you're the spouse that's left on earth is just biding their time until they rejoin you, right?
It's just like,
I don't know. So
your property.
Maybe someone can explain what the thought process is behind that.
To me, I don't think there's much you're going to do to sway me on this particular, what I'll call the extreme side of this religion.
Because our wedding vows were till death do we part.
Yeah. And then it's free game after that, right?
Well, I mean, I believe in an afterlife, and I believe that we will be united again. So I don't know.
No, I agree.
The thing is that nobody really knows until you die.
We'll get there when we get there, and I'm in no fucking rush to get there. My thing of the death.
I'm fairly positive we're not going to be on a planet or like God. And this is actually really interesting to me when they bring this up.
Strike me down if I'm wrong.
With this docuseries, because the way I grew up, you grew up Catholic, I grew up Lutheran. The big glaring difference that I see between like what I know as Christianity and Mormonism is that to equate yourself to God is sinful.
Oh, for sure. In our religions. And again, so I'm not painting your faith with my brush. No. What I am saying is, if you can... If like the world at large can like shit on things like Scientology for being like a fake kind of religion, like how can you look at a religion that basically says in this extreme sense, women are just property. They're cattle. They're birth. Like there's as many as possible, so that I will have many wives and many children, so I can become God. And it's like, okay, so it's 100% about the man. The women who are like down with this are fucking come off as brainwashed because. I'm sorry, you have no wants for yourself.
Yeah.
You have nothing for you. It is all for him and for your kids. Fucking two of the women, like what they joked about these people, right? They're very touchy-feely.
Extremely touchy-feely.
And they're sitting there like, oh, well, what are we going to do for dinner? Well, we got so-and-so as a wife to cook, right? And they're like, but no, really. Like we did. And then these weirdos, Mariana, this chick straight up, the pregnant chick, it's written right here. I still didn't read it, but it's right there. Marina fucking is on the end of her fucking rope.
She's a powder keg.
She's gonna be going postal on this shit. If you haven't watched this documentary, when this scumbag walks into the room, she literally looks like the worst human being just came up to her. And he's like, hey, how's it going? And she's just like, I'm just not fucking feeling it like today. Just like that. Like, she probably doesn't want to be on fucking camera.
Know what's wild?
And then he just goes, beep, boop, beep.
Oh, yeah. He's so fucking annoying. But you know what's
weirdo.
wild is, so she comes into the family. I think, so he marries his first wife, Susie. This is Abel. He marries his first wife, Susie. Then he marries Beth. And they're all together for a certain period of time, having all these kids. A couple years ago, but as the time of the filming of this, he had been with Marina. So she was the newest wife. They'd been together for a couple of years. They only have, she's pregnant, but they only have one kid. This woman stays home with 11 children.
I don't want to stay home with my 2 kids. I don't.
I just did.
Yeah.
I just Reba McEntire. I'm a single mom. It's too hot.
Well, I'm God, and I'm going to go off and do my godly stuff while you do the lowly women.
It is tough. Shout out to stay-at-home parents.
SAHMs, baby. Or SAHPs.
Yeah.
Sops.
Shout out to primary
Saps.
caregivers.
Yup.
Shout out to anyone who takes on the great responsibility of child rearing.
Yep, whether it be your kids or if you stepped up,
that is a
same
big responsibility. And poor Marina, man, she looks absolutely miserable.
And she's pregnant. She probably doesn't want to be on camera, but this dude literally just comes out. Like every interaction the two of them have, she's like 5 minutes away from killing herself. I like, it literally is just like this. I'm going to have this kid and then I'm out. Like, she is fucking miserable. I don't even think I saw her smile in the entire 4 episodes.
What's wild to me is I tried to look up, like, where are they now? I think that they're all still together.
Yeah, because they're all stuck in this.
That's wild to me. I for sure thought she would be out the door.
Well, aren't the weirdos from Poly Family all still together?
Yeah.
Yeah, this just like turns out it's harder to leave than you think it is, I suppose.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, and then the other thing, what financial investments are there? Like, she can't just leave. She has at least one biological kid. And so it's like, what is there for her? Is she going to go, like, maybe she doesn't have a family to go to, so she's fucking stuck. Because she did not seem remotely like she wanted to be there. And it's one of those things where your eyes are screaming, help me, when you look at the camera.
Yes.
And yeah, that's a big thing. And this guy's just like, I love you. Like, he's doing weird fucking shit.
Yeah.
And just his whole thing. And he's just like, one of the wives, the other one, I think it's Beth, fucking hates preggers.
Oh yeah, Beth and Marina have beef.
Straight up is like, I don't even like her. Like, she's just like, I don't like her. I'm not going to call her and congratulate her on her baby and blah, blah, blah. So when she has the baby, right? And fucking douchebag calls and he's like, Hal, we had the baby. Do you want to say hi? She's just like, no, I'm good. And like hangs up the phone. She's pissed at him for being there for the birth of his newest child, which I don't think that you're allowed. I think that that's okay that's one of the few things I could say that he did that's not problematic.
Like you should be there for the birth.
Right. I'm gonna say, like, he shouldn't be around children, probably, in my opinion. But
yeah,
whatever.
I don't want to get a look at his web
No.
search history.
No.
Yeah.
Hard pass. Hard pass. Hard pass. But it's just like Beth is just like, no, I'm not. And then she starts talking shit to her other wife, I think, Susie, just being like, yeah, I just told him I wasn't gonna fucking say hi. And it's just like, oh, you should do that. And I'm like, that sounds horrible. It sounds like you all hate each other.
And what's really sad is, so Marina, throughout the majority of these 4 episodes, is heavily pregnant. And she says stuff like, yeah, I often wonder if he just would prefer to be with his thin, pretty wives. And but like, I could not imagine literally comparing myself to someone else you were banging. That would be such a mind fuck.
Well, that's why it's not going to happen. That just would be complicated.
I think I have enough personalities for you.
I think I've said this every time. Like Sarah likes to throw out at what point during extreme physical challenges that's the last straw for her. Like me, it's pretty much this seems very tiring to me. Just
so
picturing it as like,
I think it's in the first episode where Abel comes in and he's falling asleep on his couch and the kids are running around.
He is asleep
One
on
of
the
them
couch.
trips into the dishwasher because they have a literal laundry basket on their head.
Yep.
It's like a 2-year-old. The other one, running around with one of the other siblings, has a canister of like Ajax or something. I have no idea. But it's like these kids, the amount of kids getting themselves into precarious situations. They're climbing flagpoles.
My hot take on that is, and listen, you may think of it as otherwise. I think it's irresponsible to do the kids raising kids thing. Like I
don't think that that's a hot take.
Well, I don't know. I feel like someone's going to be like, well, I raised my brother and sister. I'm sure you had a great time, but you lost your own childhood in the process.
Yeah.
And I am, instead of kids raising kids, I'm more of a supporter of kids being fucking kids. Let them be kids as long as possible. But in this, like, we have 30 kids and, you can't fucking raise 30 kids.
Yeah, and
you just can't.
It's one thing to, like, because our kids, there's an almost 4-year age gap between our daughter and our son. And
it was rough right at first.
But Penelope likes to help Anson do things. Mm-hmm. She likes to be a big sister, but that's all she is. She's a big sister. She is not responsible for him in any shape or fashion.
Yeah, and it's just, and let the kids be kids. Mm-hmm. This whole thing of like, and again, this doomsday prepper, like
that's the other part.
We're telling our 59,000 kids that everyone's gonna die except for us, and we're gonna have to live off the land, and there's gonna be doomsday, and every time it doesn't happen, doomsday's pushed back a little bit.
And the one thing I asked you when we were watching this was, is it cost effective in any way to build your house by blasting into a cave rather than just like building a fucking house?
Yeah,
like,
so they took a mesa.
Yeah.
Is what it is called. A plateau.
Okay.
In the desert. A mesa.
Okay.
Spanish for table. Mesa.
Okay.
And they blasted out holes and built the houses into the caves that they created. Now, on the one hand, you're in the middle of the desert. I'm sure they had to get on the grid somehow. I didn't see solar panels. I didn't see wind farms or anything like that, so they're on the grid through natural whatever. It's probably not a high load they're getting if they're off of a very long, one little cable coming from society. So if you're thinking about the best way to stay low on the energy bill when you have 700 people that are all on the dole and unable to pay, they don't have jobs. I don't know where the money's coming from. So you're not really.
No, because so a bunch of these people do have jobs. So Marina stays home, but Abel's like a postman. One of the wives was in nursing school. The other one worked at a bank. So these people do have jobs.
Fair enough. But my thoughts on the how blowing them into the thing is,
why do that?
Keep energy costs down with it's cooler in a cave. So you're probably not having to air condition as much in the middle of the desert where you decide to build your houses. It's the only thing I can think of is that you're cutting some of the cost down because caves are generally cooler and they're built right in like they're like shotgunned into the back. So like the faces are here, the cliff face, and then you have like I'll just say like 400 feet into the cave is like the rest of the house. So that would cut down on sun exposure and heat buildup on the roof and all the stuff that would cause. The only thing I could think of would be that. Or you're building your homes inside of a fucking mountain because don't want the government to spy on me with their satellites. And it's like, because it's like, what level of deranged are you?
I just feel like it's a huge undertaking to like blast into a rock.
Listen, that sounds like a shit kick. If you gave me some dynamite and a rock to blow it up.
Whereas if I have all the building materials and I have this open land, just build your house. I don't know.
It's probably maybe there's an intricate system of tunnels that they're using to drug smuggle or something like that.
Who knows?
I don't know. It doesn't. It's the only logical thing I could see about that would be that you're trying to do it to slightly cut down on your energy costs because I imagine it's cooler inside caves and blah, blah, blah. Like, but realistically, your whole thing is that you don't trust the government. You hate the government. You don't want the government to do this. You don't want government interference in your life. And you're probably doing stuff that the government shouldn't know about. So the easiest way to do that is inside of a fucking cave. Right? That's the other thing is like, are you doing something illegal? What are we doing? Like, where's Cody hide all of his guns that he never talks about on the show, but he goes to gun sales? Like, something's got to give somewhere,
Yeah. Well, speaking of guns and speaking of illegal, well, I don't know how illegal this is on their Rockland Ranch, but we see this newcomer, Chris, and he's just pissing all the women off because he's just pew-pewing all around without any regard. They want him to go off to like the shooting range, but he's just, shooting his gun, rifle,
he's got an
I don't
AR,
know,
something like that.
just straight up in the air, and they have to bring him to like a council meeting and tell him like, bro, like what goes up must come down.
Well, and that is a real thing for anyone who's not quite sure if that's it's bullshit. No, you can shoot a gun in the air and it has happened. You can look it up and it can hit somebody and kill them with the same force that the gun of being shot. It's coming from down. It's a real thing. So that's why starting pistols at races are not real bullets because you'd be shooting in the middle of a city. Like it's a real thing. But the other thing is like you should go to the shooting range. Oh, so I need to go 200 feet in that direction to shoot my incredibly loud rifle.
And it's just like these women are pissed because this place is crawling with kids. And this dude is just shooting guns up into the air within like 20 feet of like their houses. In the documentary, we see Enoch. His wives all have like the prom updos, the curly hair, and they're super touchy-feely, and they're, it's interesting that their last name is Foster because it seemed like they were maybe taking in a foster child, but no, this is the potential third wife we see them courting, and she looks like anytime this dude touches her skin crawls. She wants to like come out of her skin.
This dude is like creepy, like
so creepy,
incarnate, and he's like, I took her out on a date and it was like a 4-hour drive to get out there and she didn't seem to enjoy it, and so we drove back while she thought about it in the back seat. And they like show her crying in the back seat of the car. And it's like, dude, that's That's not good.
Yeah.
And he is sitting there being like, she must love me. Like, I'm God. Like, again, like, how could you look at the way these people are responding to you and be like, yep, I'm loved.
So where were they on the way to? Where was it, Enoch, where he was saying, "Oh, act like you're not oppressed"?
Oh, they were on the way to the vote because they were putting up the local government, like the state government of Utah, was going up to say that polygamy was going to become criminalized.
Oh, yeah.
And so they were going to speak on behalf of polygamists, which I said to you during this, I said, outside of the nonsense of them, I'm like, I don't think that should be illegal. I don't think benefits, I mean, like one benefit to one wife is fine. Like, because the biggest thing the government gives a shit about, in my opinion, is extending benefits indefinitely so that everybody gets a piece of a finite amount of a pie. So like, you want to have 12, 15, 30 wives, that's fine. One wife gets your benefits, and then you have to figure out but that's where I stand on that. I'm like, I don't care if you want to get married. And again, just have a ceremony. If it's that important that you have a legal marriage to someone, that's a whole different, you know what I mean? Like, do you have to have that, or can you just have a ceremony? But that's, again, don't regulate that kind of stuff. But they're going down and they're trying to speak on behalf of their lifestyle and their religion and stuff like that. And the entire time on the way down there, and he's like, "Oh, guys, make sure it looks like you make your own choices."
And it's like,
it's like, you're joking, but the thing
but are
is,
you?
the actions of these women up until this point leave those jokes to be in question.
Yes. Is this a joke, or are you just saying the quiet part out loud?
And I don't know. That guy's kooky. Like, and it's like, of the two of them, I think Abel is just a fucking douchebag. And then Enoch is a holier than thou. Like, that's the dude who just...
Well, so Abel, it's his brother that dies during the making of this docuseries, whatever. And his brother had 2 wives and a bunch of kids.
I don't push those over to you.
I don't know how many. I forget how many kids. I think it would have brought his total to like 19. So he was going to inherit 2 more wives.
Wives.
Yeah. And Marina just about lost her mind and Beth was not happy
and again,
either.
There's a difference of like, hey, let's say, I know I'm sick. I'm going to ask my brother to just look out for you guys. Like, just look at, like, help them out.
Yeah.
You're a beneficiary. If they need anything, whatever. Like, something like that.
Why
but
can't
not like,
we just...
here, you're now going to marry this man. Oh, I go with you now, sir?
And this is what we talk about on Reality Squad when we talk about sister wives, is one of the pros or one of the benefits that is always talked about with sister wives is this, oh, you always have like a friend and blah, blah, blah. And
none of these people seem like they have friends.
No, none of these women are friends with each other, because why would you be friends with someone?
Enoch's wives who are like way too friendly with each other.
Well, why would you be friends with someone who's sleeping with your husband?
Because you've been brainwashed.
That to me, that is someone that is going to inherently be your adversary.
I mean, just show me a situation. Again, if you're not hurting anybody, do what you want, but I'm entitled to my opinion of the subject. And show me a situation where it's not like that. So Cody and his fucking twisted cavalcade of ex-wives now all fucking hated each other one way or the other at one point.
Right.
These people seem to fucking hate each other. The Poly Family Show people were creepy and weird and didn't like each other on certain instances throughout the thing. The seeking brother husband and seeking sister wife people, anyone who's being brought in is the focal point, and it always seems like the old wife or the old husband are just being shelved so the new one can get all the attention.
Right,
it's always, you're just kind of moving things around.
Yeah, is there an example of multiple partners coexisting, whether it's polygamy, polyamory, is there an example of it being this utopia that it's constantly sold to us as? I have not seen it depicted that way. And really what we see often on these shows is people constantly being told to shove down their normal human emotions.
Yeah.
Because it is in fact not normal to watch your partner be intimate with someone else. And, you know, I there's people that watch Reality Squad, they're members of the Facebook group, and they're polyamorous. But they tell me all the time they've set clear boundaries, and it's not this mishmash blending of relation. Like, there's very clear boundaries set. So I don't know.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, it can't happen, and misery loves company, so a good show is not just going to show a bunch of happy people being happy and doing nothing wrong. That's not going to be something people are going to want to watch. But, I'm sorry, every instance of televised polygamy that I have ever watched, and I don't have a problem with the idea if that's what you want to do. But no instance I have watched on TLC or any of these shows that show polyamorous, polygamous relationships, I've never seen anyone that was just 100% just, this is all good.
Yeah.
Stay the course. Like, everybody's
And
happy. One person always seems super fucking miserable.
We constantly are hearing, especially these women, talking about learning to, you know, better yourself or be better than oneself. And it's like, what's wrong with who you are?
Yeah, any religion that tells you you're not good just on, like, you're not good without,
or that
this.
You're doing something wrong by simply having feelings.
Or questioning things every once in a while.
Yeah, like, if it feels bad to you,
listen.
go with that. Yeah, like, listen to your... I firmly believe, as someone who is, in my opinion, I consider myself religious, spiritual to some degree. I don't know. People that
She's
are...
a witch.
No, I'm not a witch. But people who are probably more religious than me might look at me and go, oh, you're not religious. But anyways, I consider myself a religious person, and I do not believe that God gave us intuition and an inner monologue and self, self-conscious
Awareness
for us to be like, nah, pish posh.
I need to be told how to feel. I need to be told what's good for me, because there's nothing that makes me more comfortable than being told, no, I know that you're super uncomfortable and you don't like this, but you actually do.
Yeah,
you actually do like this. This is what you like.
Yeah,
and if you don't like it, you're gonna go to whatever hell they
and as someone who has spent, nearly half my life now in therapy, your like feelings like anxiety and stuff like that, these are all, and like in my instance, my anxiety kind of runs amok, but anxiety is put in place to protect you. It's that, the plane is going down and I need to flee this situation. Mm-hmm. That is yourself protecting yourself.
Yep.
When you have these feelings like, this isn't right and I hate this, it's real. It bothers me a lot to see other people tell you, that's just your jealousy. That's just your human, like, I don't know.
And that's the thing where it's just like, they'll tell you that, and then they'll say, and if you don't jump onto the train, you're going to hell and you're never going to be happy. And it's like,
or that it's some moral failing that you have that you even
how
feel
dare you
jealous
question?
in the first place.
How dare you have an opinion on something?
Especially like, oh, I don't think my husband is doing right by me, when you're in a religion that is literally telling you that this man is like God.
That is so fucking unreal.
Then you're, if you're questioning your husband, then you're questioning God.
Yeah. Yep. And your husband is infallible. He makes no mistakes. Everything he does is perfect, you know? Mm-hmm. And as true as that is in our relationship, that it's wild to me that it is.
I hope everyone realizes that was a joke.
I cannot get my head around it. I don't think I want to, that you're being told that this human person is having all these families so that they can become God. And it's just, so what? So you could just be a fucking, I rule over my women and children.
And as we see with Cody, he produced all these children.
They hate him.
With no intention of actually parenting these children or having relationships with these children. Well, he built
his whole thing on pillars of sand.
So basically, he has all these kids that are yearning to have a dad, and he has no interest in being a father. He was just interested in becoming a god.
Right. Yeah, and then when that didn't work out, now all of a sudden polygamy might not be for him anymore.
Right.
Yeah, go figure.
And now you have all these kids.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say, and now you have all these kids that...
You blew this smoke in their face for however many years, and maybe they're questioning what this whole thing is. And then you got all this stuff going on, and then the church, the church isn't with you anymore. Well, we don't like that church anyways. Like, okay, so... At what point are you just realizing that you're just a huge fucking narcissist and you want to be worshipped? Now, you'll never be high office and you'll never be the Pope or whatever. So you'll have to settle for being worshipped by your wives. Oh, wait, 3 of them divorced you. Oh, I guess I'll just be worshipped by my one wife and my kids. Oh, wait, half my kids fucking hate me because I yelled at them and didn't call them after I told them they were assholes during COVID. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, okay, but I will never apologize because I'm the man. And I'm sure Cody was told as a child that apologizing is weak. And telling anyone that you're wrong exposes that you're not as infallible as you're supposed to be, because you're supposed to be the god of your family, which is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. You know how often I apologize to my daughter? Probably 4 to 5 times a day. Whether I lose my temper or if I just do something stupid, I apologize for it. Normalize apologizing to your family if you do something wrong. Everyone can fuck shit up, but if you sit there and you act like some big old piece of shit who's like can't do anything wrong even when you do shit wrong, well, you wonder why nobody fucking gives a shit about you. You're also acting like these people don't have access to the internet and maybe can't see that humans elsewhere seem to be surviving or even thriving in situations where they're allowed to have their own opinions every once in a while. And they're not ruled by any particular person to them, and they're allowed to probably choose what they want to do with their lives. Not, you're going to take care of all the kids while she pursues a career in medicine, and she's going to do this, and I'm telling you what you should do. Hey, I'd like to maybe do art. Oh, that's stupid. You're just stupid for thinking that. You know, like, and no, I just don't like that. And how you can get behind, I'm not even going to call it like a patriarchal thing. How you can get behind someone telling you that you don't have the right to choose who you are as a person. That's the end of it. Once we're married, I am going to tell you what you do for the rest of your life.
I have, funnily enough, I have more of a problem with these people being told that what they feel isn't valid.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it is. It's all part and parcel. It's like you're not allowed to have your own individual thoughts and feelings about anything. And then it's mob rule. Well, I have 5 wives, so Well, the four of us all agreed to this one, so that means if you don't, you're just being obstinate, and we're gonna have to go to whatever weird therapy that they make that the man doesn't have to do anything, but the woman has to like. I want to like. If anyone here has watched Severance, they do this awful like. It's a weird show, but they do this thing when people fuck up where they have to like. Say this heartfelt apology in a way that's sincere, and they do it for like 20 hours where they just read the same thing over and over again, and it's just mentally destroys you. Ooh. And so it's like I feel like that's what they do. It's like I love you and I will never make my own choices again. Sorry, that wasn't sincere enough. Let's try it again from the top over and over again. You know?
Wow.
Wild. Yup.
Any other thoughts on
I don't know. I would watch this show if I didn't think that I'm not sure everyone would make it if they were forced to be on camera to do this. That poor woman. What's her name? Marina. Just watch the first episode when this fucking weird dude Abel just sees his two wives. Hey, and then her beep 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 beep. I don't know what's in those pancakes, and she's just like, I don't want to fucking do
like
this.
Oatmeal, you fucking idiot.
Like she just right at the beginning. Just watch the first 15 minutes because this is exactly what I'm talking about. This dude comes out. She's dealing with a bunch of fucking kids. She's cooking pancakes, and he's like, "Hi," and she's just like, I don't want to do this right now. I'm sure it's all about the cameras and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, and then he's just like, why? And then he like walks right up to her face. It's like. Love you. Good morning. What'd you put in those pancakes to make them so fluffy? And she's just like, fucking oatmeal. Like, just please fucking go away. Like, you just tell that. And it's just like, and he's probably sitting there being like, no, look, she really loves me. This is our back and forth. Ha ha ha. And then I get vibes of who's going to get hurt later. Like, ugh, yeah. It does not give off the vibes of people who are willingly participating, is all I'm saying. Again, if you find a way to make it work, make it work. It's just all these instances always seems like someone is kind of just being made to do stuff they're not wanting to do. Mm-hmm. So,
and let this be a lesson that no matter where you are at in life, the one thing that will always be with you is your intuition. Mm-hmm. And trust that.
Follow your heart, your intuition. What was that song?
Follow your heart, baby.
Who's that?
Intuitions by Jewel.
Jewel! That's a throwback.
Yeah.
It's a throwback.
So that was Three Wives, One Husband.
It is a great watch. So I do suggest it 5 stars.
5 stars.
But
5 stars.
I stole that from. I don't know. I'll have to credit. You can credit.
It's like a TikTok.
There's a guy from Boston who does it.
Yeah.
And so I don't know him offhand. So I'm admitting that's not from me. So I don't want him to.
He'll talk about like Disney movies, and he'll be like 5 stars.
But he gives like this funny Boston like mermaid goes on, gets some legs, and then has a really bad time. 5 stars. Yeah. It's funny as all hell. I would if you can find it, put it up there.
Yeah.
Widowed guy's living a nice quiet life until a colorblind orphan shows up and fucks everything up. 5 stars. The host of Pictionary lives with his annoying wife, his annoying son, his annoying daughter, and his cool son. And also Leonardo fucking DiCaprio. What the fuck? 5 stars. 3 guys teach 3 girls that when someone you love dies, never fucking speak about them again. 5 stars. Somehow in a show with 5 main characters, the son who's an arrogant little fucking prick is the most likable one. 5 stars. 8 seasons of making fun of a foreigner, but he's from a fake country, so it's okay. 5 stars. A woman hires a maid, but instead an Italian guy with muscles shows up. So she's like, okay, you can live with me for 8 years. 5 stars. To be honest, it was always pretty fucking clear what Willis was talking about. 5 stars.
But yeah, it's a really good watch. It's 4 hours. You know, we've all wasted more for less.
Oh, on Amazon Prime. You can watch it there.
You know where it's not? Fucking region locked behind a Canadian border wall.
That man in Winnipeg.
Gosh. One day
I hope you're staying sexy.
I'm petitioning for the release of the man in Winnipeg.
Maybe if Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau are dating, because he's the Prime Minister of Canada and she is our national treasure.
Katy Perry's dating the Prime Minister of Canada?
That's the rumor.
First, she's an astronaut.
I know.
Now she's dating royalty.
So maybe
Justin Trudeau, not to be confused with Justin Thoreau, Jennifer Aniston's husband.
ex-husband, but
Jennifer
yeah.
Aniston's husband.
Anyways, maybe Katy Perry can work it out where they can
I could reach out. I mean, it's a real dark horse,
Maybe
but I
we
could
could-
reach out to find
remember
out.
that catfish episode where that guy thought
That's
he
so
was
Katy.
he
That's
thought he
so
was
Katy.
dating Katy
Do
Perry?
you think the Prime Minister from Canada is getting catfished by someone?
Plot twist.
Fwah, 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 fwah.
Except for I'm pretty sure they were photographed like having dinner. Oh, and he went to her concert.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was he on the Jumbotron having an affair? Doubt it.
No.
Doubt it. Anyways, we gotta go. We got things to do. We got people to see. Head over to all the social medias. Do mostly no harm. Go over to www.level42studios.com. Head on over to the newly revamped. You all have responded to my saying I had not enough things to talk about on this list with a cavalcade of
Yes.
requests.
You guys are awesome.
I had to redo it so that it was these cute little post-it notes.
Yes.
Which on the mobile site were like, it ended up being like a bunch of post-it notes just all straight down. So I ended up consolidating them into a thing that you can scroll through and then pass. So
Cute.
they're all of our stuff that we've covered on the Mostly Harmless page is on the bottom. All the upcoming requests are at the top. So you can see what we have on the docket. If you make a request, it will go in that first batch area. So we got a bunch. I think we have at least 10. 9 after this one. That'll move down to the bottom part. But so yeah, head on over to the page. I love seeing all the traffic since Sarah's been promoting it on her other channels. It's been really nice. So www.level42studios.com. Head over to the contact page to shoot us a direct line if you want us to talk about anything in particular. Doesn't have to be reality TV. Could be a regular TV show. Could be anything. Could be just our thoughts. So yeah, take a look. And then, yeah, we gotta go.
All right.
So as always,
Do mostly.
no harm.
Bye, guys.